Hello again. Um, for this video, we're going to talk about how to become an energy being. Um, at least that's what we're going to start with. Now, isn't energy just a word? Right? You know, there's something kind of comical about me jumping right into that, isn't there? Just like, hi everybody, okay, let's talk about being an energy being. Like, what is that? But I mean, I just said it's just a word, so I guess, oh well, it's not that big a deal, is it? I could have said, like, let's talk about, I don't know, the color of the wall. What difference does it make? Well, I think, does it make a difference? Well, like words, they just don't. Words are fail, right? Don't they? Words are prison, aren't they? You're split-brained because words fail you. Like there's nothing wrong with the way you feel. You feel two ways about something because words fail. You don't feel two ways about something, you feel. And it comes out in a lossy, lossy mess, split-brained mess, or the appearance of that to others. And to yourself, often, I guess, right? I suppose. But that doesn't mean that the feeling isn't completely coherent on its own. Is the person, I love and hate my parents, you know, somebody who says that. So somebody who struggles with that is what I mean. Or whatever, or say, I don't know, but sorry. Look, I don't need to say sorry about that, do I? I said it anyway. And see, I'm leaving all of this weird stuff like that in the videos. There's just something funny about doing that, or maybe it's just interesting to do that. Anyway, so where was I? Oh, I love and hate my parents. Well, there's the feeling in the past when you love them, there's a feeling in the past when you hate them, and then there's a feeling right now, or in the theoretical now, where you feel that is both, and you struggle with that. But all of this is just feeling now, it seems to me, and it's fine. Words just are not granular enough, are they? They're kind of like sledgehammers. They're never gonna get us anywhere, really, are they? Words. Words aren't going to just will they destroy humanity? I mean, maybe. Maybe they already destroyed humanity. Humanity is like a dead relic in the past. Right now. It doesn't realize it's already doomed because of the word. In the beginning was the word. What if that's not true? Or the beginning of the distorted mess we're in. It started. Something started with that. Was it something good? Anyway, we were talking how to become an energy being. Just that. And but you already are an energy being, right? Isn't that true? Really, if we really look at it, kinda. Then energy is just a word too, right? But the thing is like matter, right? Matter, heavy matter. Like we're sacks of meat. We're disgusting biological meat bags. That's matter, right? uh, so, but that's all just words, right? Isn't the word is the issue here, isn't it? Disgusting bags of meat. There's like so many. Don't you see that like the saliva your mouth is producing? It's so organic and disgusting, isn't it? Everything is just so organic and disgusting, right? But like, don't you see that this is just some sort of word game that we even feel that way? Why did we let ourselves be so biological, so to speak? Like, you sweat. Ugh, it's so gross. Ugh. Right? You know? Why? Why did we allow this to happen? It's just a word game. You can see like it's not real. The loaded, disgusting nature of what I'm talking about. I don't know. It could have been that it kind of started in this fairly controlled way with other animals. Sorry. It could have started with other animals. And the other animals, they don't get to the point. They don't get to the point where they say that they know that they know. Like this feedback thing and matter and stuff kind of, it plays a role in other animals' lives, but it doesn't get to the point where it gets so feedback, like it gets so the feedback loop gets so intense and loud that they claim to know that they know. And once you know that you know, like, well, you're doomed then, right? And this is humanity, right? Humanity's doomed. I mean, in that way, maybe, I don't know, but are we just human? Can we be an energy being instead? Can you ascend out of humanity by realizing you're an energy being? Well, so I kind of like the idea that this channel is like not as like, it's not really going to be, sometimes I like it kind of very overt and kind of like philosophy, but I also, sometimes it's going to be a bit more woo-woo, I guess, because it's just words though, right? So like, the distinction between philosophical and like, then this means that, and that, like, oh, ooh. I'm just gonna say stuff. It's kind of poetic, you know. That the distinction is perhaps meaningless because, like, for example, like I already talked about in some other video. I think. I mean, I know I did. I don't know what I think. In another video, I said. I pointed out how it's like the non-duality, being able to get to a sort of non-dual logic in an intellectual way. I'm not talking about feeling the non-dual state of things, if that's something if that's like something you feel. That feels to be something you approach, like you're approaching it. And it is like eventually it's like you approach it 80%, 90%, 99.99999, and maybe now it's 100. Oh, okay, now it's locked. But I'm not saying I know that. I'm really not saying I know that. Don't think I don't think that there's some weird meaning to me. It's like I have some ulterior motive for saying I don't know. I don't know. So what I'm saying is like the intellectual non-duality thing. So this implies that good implies bad, or yeah. So therefore, since they're good is really just as bad, isn't it? Like good equals bad. There, see, good equals bad. Okay. So next time something bad happens to you, who cares, right? You won't feel anything, right? You'll be fine. Don't you get it? Didn't you hear this? Like, didn't you hear these hollow words I said? Isn't that good enough? Why is that not good enough for you? See, like, and that's the reason why intellectual is like really not any better than woo woo poetic stuff, because like that shows that our logic is just kind of garbage, doesn't it? Like, if we can get to the point where good equals bad, and it's you following our intellectual logic, and it's like yeah, don't you, and it's like then is the next step really denial feeling, really. That, no, I don't think so. Sorry, maybe I'm just an idiot. I mean, that's possible. So, but anyway, back to being an energy being. Well, you already are an energy being, right? Because matter is just a word, but so is energy, right? So then, well, I guess I'm saying energy in a kind of a certain way. I'm trying to kind of express that words have created this sort of disgusting fleshy thing about us, and they're just words. All the words have done this, you know. So I'm going to say something maybe slightly woo-woo or something, but it feels sort of like if you want to be an energy being, you really need to you want the, okay, this is like some midpoint of some kind, right? The heart or something. It's like the midpoint, an energetic midpoint. And you want everything below it, you want to not starve it, because starve it would be, starving it is like, let me just pause here so I can cough a bunch. Okay, I'm back. See, so okay, I coughed a bunch, like only like one time or something, maybe a few times, I don't know, because I ate food before this, and so then you cough and there's mucus and and it's all disgusting and organic, right? It's this revolting, just biological hell that we're in, right? You know, so yeah, and you know, okay, I'll be honest. I think that probably lust is probably a big part, and I don't know that I'm even using the definition of lust people usually use, because I think I'm probably I'm probably would claim that a lot. Like we've kind of made that term a little like, oh, you're really lustful, you cheated on somebody or something like that, and I'm not sure that that's taking the term far enough. But it's whatever. Anyway, like it's more like this you have positive connotations with the disgusting fleshy pile of meat that this human existence seems to be, and therefore that's the reason why you tolerate the physical hell that it comes with. So anyway, what I was saying was like there's like here, there's it's like some sort of center, right? It's the like feeling thing. I know this is nothing special at all. You would say it's like heart chakra or something, right? I'm not going to use those terms because I don't know. There's like a tradition of how that stuff is talked about, and I'm not an expert on it whatsoever. Okay, but this isn't like some, or maybe it is. Maybe I'm trying to seem like, oh, actually, I'm trying to just swap out all these words to seem very, very special. I mean, maybe that could be it. Maybe you're thinking that right now. But anyway, and I'm not trying to, see, this is from, I'm trying to be very transparent about certain things on this channel, and when I say things like that, and it's like, I see the risk of that is that it makes starts to seem like I'm playing 4D chess. And it's like, now I'm telling you about how, like, or even 5D chess, like it's like going, and it, you know, you can do, there's a risk doing that a little endlessly. But I just want to be transparent about what I'm doing. Like I say, some videos more than others, I stop for a while. I'm doing the thing. I do it. I do the thing I'm talking about. And I'm trying to get you to do it. And I give you examples of me doing it. I give you, you're watching somebody do the thing. And I'm not going to be so, think I know better than you that I'm going to not tell you that. The hope is that you notice that the channel has a certain meta message or something, or I don't know if that's the right term, where I'm showing you how to do something. How to say fresh, you know? Do the thing. Which the first video on this channel says what it is. But that, I can say it right here because I don't want it to just seem like some, oh, I'll get you another view, I'll get you to click on another video, ha ha ha, isn't this an interesting tactic? No, but it's just look at the thought and it stops. If you have ruminative thought, look at it and it stops. And of course, on the other hand, see, I could seem like some greedy person, right? Trying to, I figured out this message by thinking, do the thing. It doesn't imply what it does. It doesn't, you can't tell what it is unless I tell you. And then I tell you there's another video that says it, and then it's like, oh, I'll get them to go to the other video, and then I get more money, right, or something. I guess if this channel, if it gets monetized, and alternatively, if I keep mentioning what doing the thing is, then anybody who actually does watch this channel regularly might get a little annoyed and be like, okay, I get it. I don't need to keep hearing this. So, yeah, see, it's a kind of a lose-lose situation there, isn't it? No, it's fine. I just, no, the point is just I want to see if I can get somebody to do it. I can't really get somebody to do it properly. Or maybe I can. I don't know. I haven't, well, I've had like some success in person, a little. Like briefly, you know, like not the momentum did, like it didn't, they were like, I can talk somebody to the point that they do this, and they really do it. I really do think they do it, and they get it, but then they, you know, old habits die hard. And then a lot of people, they just, who I've tried to tell this to, I don't know that they understand, but I really don't know. I mean, look, let's continue with the energy thing stuff. So below the heart, you want, I mean, I think this is true. You want, in some way, you want that to be just satisfied enough. Very, very light. Like, just enough. Eat just enough food. You know? like that, just enough. Because below here is animal, right? And above here is somehow not really. But I'm not really sure that any of that even really exists, what I just pointed out. This whole chakra structure, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, it is true if you do the thing a bunch, you absolutely feel there is something in the center of your head sort of spinning, or like the hemispheres of your brain are syncing. And I know there's all these things on YouTube, right, that say to sync your hemispheres of your brain, and maybe those things work. I mean, it seems possible. I've listened to some of those before. But it seems like doing the thing just does this. And you don't need to listen to anything. And then you can be very, very in sync all the time. Just about. You can get to the point that you're in dreams, you do this. And then dreams feel weird. They're not really lucid exactly, but like, you kind of know, I don't know, like, you end up in a dream where you're in a plane crash, and the plane crashes, and like the dream doesn't end, like, it crashes, and like it just continues, like, because like it's just, you're very chill, I guess. I've had, I don't want to like get the video demonetized, so, but I've had other like very grim dreams that have a weird, like, they continue in a kind of amusing way. I don't know. It's kind of amusing that they continue. Like, you're like you'd expect to be like, wake up in terror at some pivotal moment, and the dream just keeps going because you're just very, very chill. I guess it's like you're watching it. You feel like you're watching a dream, even if you're not. Maybe you don't feel like you're watching it, but you. There's weird stuff about dreams. Prove the dream. I mean, this is a dream, right? Or prove that dreams didn't come first. That all the progress you make in some way, whatever progress, whatever that is in the dream, and this is just like some sort of. This is just the physical dream. It's the most sluggish dream because it's the weightiest one because of gravity that we buy into existing. And so we just assume, well, yeah, you spend the most time there, so it must be the thing where all the progress is made, right? What if it's not? What if it's the opposite? But yeah, you can notice some weird things with dreams. And if you notice weird stuff like that you can put that in the comments. I guess I'd be interested to read about it. Anyway, but the thing is, like, I don't know if this whole thing is really ultimately true. That the top stuff is better. Is it better? I mean, I'll put it this way. is it better to be an energy being than to be a human being? No, not objectively. Because there's no really objective anything. I mean, there's no objective thing like that. No objective, like, better. Is it better? It's better for somebody who wants to be an energy being, right? What if somebody wants to be a physical being, right? I mean, maybe that's the reason we're all here like this as humans, right? Is because we did want to be physical beings. At one point, we wanted to be physical beings. That's why we're physical beings. But eventually, you're sick of that. And that might be all that is. And so we can demonize the stuff below here. I'm not sure that's really the right thing to do. It's just, you're kind of over it. So you just let it, it gets what it gets. Just enough. And and up here gets like the lion's share of energy. And this would be talking about how to become something else. You know, when you die, right? There's no need to be human again. If everything below here, there's no attachment to it. Because attachment to that is what is required for animal existence. Of course, I'm implying some kind of reincarnation system when I say this. And you know, maybe that, I mean, obviously I am. I'm not going to say I'm not. And so some other being, it would be like, this is their root. So this isn't about like achieving some ultimate something. But it's about the interesting idea that that you can, by becoming as the most of an energetic being as you can, but the most realizing you can energy being while alive as human, you can transcend it upon death. And I know that this is like an absurd thing. It's like, wow, okay, prove that. I can't prove that. How can I prove that? Well, I'm not claiming I can prove it. And if you don't like it, I mean, don't watch the channel. No. I need the views now. This feels correct for some reason. And I'd be very, very curious if anybody else has like feels this seems to be maybe kind of accurate in the comments. You know, let me know. Like you just satisfy the animal just enough to transcend the animal. You know, the thing is, like, even if everything I'm saying is complete garbage, right? It probably just would make you happier to do what I'm saying anyway, right? Isn't that true? I mean, I suppose maybe not. Maybe you really do like the stuff below there, so I shouldn't... Look, if you like that stuff, that's fine. But you know, there's interesting things like but based on the logic of what I'm saying, of course, I just talked about how logical systems are, in a way, kind of just garbage. So I suppose that what I'm about to tell you might just be garbage, but I can tell you it anyway. The logic of the system I'm describing would seem to suggest that you end up wherever, whatever the universe kind of, or whatever it is. You're only human, like this stuff up here, particularly up here, right? It's very human. It's very big in humans. And you only end up, but it might be still there in the other animals, or at least some of them, right? Like a gorilla, right? Probably has those. I mean, look at it. And so, or just like, mammals that are a little more complex. Or maybe just mammals. They have a little of this, right? Maybe some of the other animals do. And when an animal that gets a little more, tends to start putting energy here. It just tends to start doing that. Some, even though it doesn't have as much of this like capacity maybe as people, but it still tends to do it anyway. And of course, that's an assumption about the animals. I have no, in a way, I don't have any right to say that. I don't know anything about the animals really. That isn't just stuff that was told to me, stuff tainted by my own human perception. So I don't really know. But what I'm saying is, just throwing out there is the possibility that an animal that's somewhat, it tends to put energy here. It will eventually be human, right? And if that tendency continues while human, eventually it'll be something that goes beyond animal. An energy being of some kind. All right. I think that's probably a good place to stop this video. If you like that, you could subscribe to the channel, and I'd appreciate that. The channel is probably called Musical World Spirituality. I just haven't named the channel yet. I mean, I did name it that temporarily, but I haven't uploaded anything, so I'm not sure if that name will stick. Anyway, that's it. Bye.